Hey everyone, this is Hamp, one of the TAs for the Devotry Code Forward program. I've had a couple questions, or at least people being unsure about how to format messages and maybe how to use Slack in different ways. So I wanted to do a hopefully quick video on how to do that. For the Devotry Code Forward Slack, you can get to it through the browser by signing in here at devotry.code or devotry-code-forward.slack.com and enter in your sign-in information here. I'm not sure which one it is. We'll find out. Nope, not that one. Not that one. That one. Okay, so you can go there and sign in, and as you can see, it's pretty much full-fledged here. Through the browser, you're able to access all the interface and all the things just the same as if you were to download the desktop application. And in case you didn't know, there is a desktop application. You can get it for Windows, for Mac, and I would assume that you can get it for different Linux distributions if you are interested in that. So just a couple things that I'm going to cover here on the interface. You can look up here to the top left and see that we're in the Code Forward workspace. If you add multiple workspaces, like say you add the Denver Devs workspace, which I suggest you go and add, just Google Denver Devs and go through the sign up there. You'll get an email and then you can log into the Denver Devs workspace and lots really great developers community in Denver Devs. So you can then usually see here on the sidebar, there would be another little slice here about half an inch thick where it would have little workspaces listed. Within a workspace, you're going to have a section called All Threads. So this is anywhere that anyone messages in any channel that you are a part of. This is pretty nice if you just leave this up because it will notify you if there's a new message in any channel instead of having to go through specifically any of the channels. In the channels, you can see here that I have various channels listed. If you want to join another channel, notice I click on channels, I don't click the plus button. If I click the plus button, I will create a new channel. But I can go here to channels and I can scroll through and see a list of all of the channels. I'm pretty much in all of the channels. Or you can create a channel, or you can join one of these channels. So I didn't even know this was a channel. I guess I should be in this one. So you can join different channels by going through the channels section. Also something that's very useful, if you want to direct message someone, and let's say you can't see their name here. If you can see their name here, you can click here and go to direct messages, and then you can type, I am bothering Alex at the wee hours of the night. Let's see if he responds while we're doing this. And you can direct message them by clicking on their name, or you can click the direct messages name here, type in someone's name, Phil or Kyle or Heath, and you can find people that way. And then I should actually show you, once you get their name, you click on that and it adds their name up there, and you can create a multi-person direct message. So it's kind of a group direct message. And then you click go, comes up here, and you can start your direct message with that person. So if you need to, at some point, DM one of the TAs, you can certainly do that through the direct messages area. Something else I wanted to show you, I'm going to go to this to kind of demonstrate, is Markdown. So you can format your code or your messages with italics, bold, underline, strike through, and also kind of code format looks by using Slack Markdown. So you would just Google that, and it's going to pretty much always be the first return. You can go through here, and you can see that if I were to put asterisks around my text, it would then bold the text. You can italics with underscores around whatever the text is that you wish to underscore, tilde around the text that you would like to cross out, a single arrow for a, or greater than sign, for a single sentence quotation, or a multi-arrow for a multiple sentence quotation. Here's one that I think a lot of people are probably curious about. If you want to make this kind of gray background red text, you would use a backtick. You would surround whatever it is that you're saying with backtick, or if you wanted to do code, you would do a triple backtick. So I'm going to demonstrate that one here for you really quick. And def function print hello world and then you close it off with triple ticks, and you kind of get this nice highlighting. If you're talking to someone and you're saying, hey, I don't understand why variable A is what it is, you can see that you get that nice little gray background and red highlight. And makes it a little bit easier to quickly digest a sentence, and after you've read it, go back and find quickly what it is that someone is maybe trying to communicate to you, or that you are trying to communicate to someone. You can also do your standard lists, etc. So if you need to reference this, go ahead and, Google this, and you can reference this if you want to format it. Again, it's not really important, but it's just, if you want to make it fancy, everyone kind of knows what you're talking about. The other piece that I think is important is if you want to attach files or anything like that, you can do that in here. But one of the things that I wanted to highlight was the code or text snippet. So you can click on there, you can click on this drop-down menu on the top right-hand side and select various different languages. So if we were to do Python right there, then, we could do def function, let's call it func A, and it accepts A, and print A. You can see it gives that highlighting right there. And then when you create that snippet, it drops it and it gives line numbers and formats, or colors, I should say, the code that you've written, which is quite nice if it's a little bit longer, more than, 20 so lines of code, because then it's easier to say, hey, on line 5 that you've sent me here, I think that maybe is where we need to look, where there's an issue or something of that nature. I'm trying to think if there is anything else that I need to explain about Slack. If you want to get the desktop client, which I recommend, I feel like it's much easier to get push notifications and to bring it up rather than having to open a new browser tab and navigate to the page every single time that you want to get into Slack. You can just have it there as an application, open up the application, and logs you in after you've logged in once. So you can just go to the download. It knows that I'm on Windows. If you're on Mac, it'll know you're on Mac. If you're on Yes, and it'll know you're on Linux, and then you can download the appropriate version. So you click download and install it, and it's just like installing pretty much any other application. I hope that this was useful, and that this spurs us all to engage a little bit more in Slack, get help, and be successful. Well, have a good one.